Up, nerds? Have you recently checked in on our experiment of whether or not you are aware of a true state of gratitude, of currently being alive, to have breath in your body, to look around and just see nothing but growth and opportunity and the celebration of existing inside of the glory of creation, which, if indeed had a beginning, that it indeed has an ending. So again, the experiment that I posed to you is it for a period of I don't know, 7 days, 30, go for 108, 54 works, 27 works. And when you find yourself in that state of really, like last night, I'm like, my favorite seat, my wife and I agree that our favorite seat in the venue is the fucking last row because we were like, would you have a different time down front? She's like, no. I was like, it doesn't matter. She's like, you're here, you're singing the hits. And you watch that sunset, the clouds come in, Billy Joel's killing it, you've got Denver behind you, and it's like, are you the tempo? Are you the rhythm? Are you the pitch? Are you the melody of that moment? And then are you thankful then to be alive to experience it and to share it with other people who are fucking just enjoying themselves? And isn't that the kind of life we should be leading and moving forward? So in that sense, so when you're feeling gratitude, is it more on the inhale? Is it more on the exhale? Monitor that and then get back to me. Let me know what the answer is. How about that? It's as simple as that. So if we're able to then set paradigms that we can measure our day in, let's give us a couple varying options here. You have Donald Trump, who was basically created, being made by one side as the scapegoat for society's ills. Then we find out in the creation of the scapegoat, they used illegal means and illegal assets, and they had people working against the country to operate not only against us and the sitting, a normal guy. Anybody, any one of us in society, that's fucking, what are you doing? Let alone a political person, let alone a leader, let alone the idea of the office of president could be undermined or undermined as an institution, except then you understand what cultural Marxism does as it undermines institutions, and the best thing they can do is even just infuse doubt into the idea. So you have this scapegoat that then the plot laid out before him and what he escaped becomes apparent to all people. He then becomes a victim of the system. Through his victimhood, he rises in the ascendancy of a king. Now, from this point of king, he has two options. Does he act from a point of benevolence upon his enemy in an idea that forgiveness must lead, that in the true sense of the gospel, we must turn the other cheek, that justice will serve justice in as much as we have the evidence and the process and the institutions available, and we will ensure through growth that this never happens again. In fact, with automation coming, we have engaged a new set of internet principles where, because each one of us has a now proven government identity as ourselves here as human beings, as well as our images and information that is transported through the tools that we use, be it our phones or our computers or any ideas that we use to push information, that our sovereignty, that our human rights then go along with the digital representation of us that travel with the words. And because it is a government-sanctioned entity, if somebody then operates inside of that paradigm only to find fault, only to find negativity, it would only be an exposition to their very presence on the platform, because this platform is only about growth. It's only about success. It's only about celebrating the wins that we are currently achieving. And as you contribute, as you celebrate, then guess what? If you want some kind of a different social order, perhaps in the online arena, Every business would agree that because you're using society, our information, that if you are using our information to benefit society in a positive way, we should be compensated for it in as much as we positively contribute to society. We get positively rewarded by the very companies that profit off of the data that they gather, in as much as they use that data to maintain a state of non-violence. Or he fucking wreaks holy hell havoc redemption. And where does it stop? Does it just stop at the figureheads of the alphabet people, and then is that enough retribution? Does it have to go to members of the political class, members of the punditry class, members of the entertainment class, members of the rank and file? How much revenge needs to be enacted on every single level of that possibility? So from a place of, you have two options: Trump ascends and he's benevolent, or he acts in a revenge state, or they topple Trump, or Trump died, something happens, cataclysm, fucking here's a meteor, there's a fucking tornado, you want a volcano, we got those, here's fucking sharks with laser beams, whatever you have, they're coming for it. And then so if they take him down, where does that stop? Does that just stop at him? Does that go to his administration? Does that go to his judges? Does that go to his supporters? Does it go to the banks that worked with him? Does it go to the very people who voted? How much time do I have left?